Well, good day, everybody. I wanted to show you my methods for creating another photograph. This was a photograph that I took up at Taylorsville Dam, and I always like to include people in my landscape photographs. Doesn't happen that often, but when I have the opportunity to do that, I like doing it. So I was out photographing a couple years ago in the fall, and this couple walked past me, went over and sat down to look at the vista. And so I took some photographs. Whether they knew I was taking the photographs or not, I don't know. But here's my final product after working on this photograph. Now let me show you what the photograph looked like originally. So here is the original photograph. Oftentimes in Ohio, in the middle fall, it gets really dry. It tends to be the dry season of the year, so the grass is kind of not very green. Sometimes it just dries out, and so we don't get that much color. We get some color, but not spectacular color. So, when I looked at this originally, I thought I liked the photograph, I liked the composition, I liked the people, but I wondered if there was something I could do to make this photograph better. And I'm going to run through the steps I did to create the more colorful version of this photograph. So we're going to start with minimizing this, and I'm using an Apple computer, Photoshop CC20. I do use a Wacom tablet to do some of my work. I have two screens, so many of my Photoshop information is on the other screen, but I do have my layers tablet up on this screen so you can see this. So I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to pull up my other photograph. So here is the base photograph. So what do I do first? I always start with copying the photograph. And so I've made a copy. I have the original, so I can always go back in case I mess something up. We'll go ahead and make this a little bit larger. And now, first step is I want to add just a little bit of color to this. So I do use filters not built in, but from various people in Photoshop. The first filter is a Nik filter, and this will pop up here. And I'm going to use a couple of different Nik filters in this process. And it's running through, okay. So here is the Nik filter template, and I'm going to use something called Skylight. And all it does is adds a little base warmth to the image. So you see it's running through its, so as you can see, here's our first. So just adding a little warmth, adding a little saturation, adding a little color. So one thing that when I looked at this, and these people were sitting in these chairs, and I'm thinking, okay, what are they looking at? Well, there's not a really brilliant sky in this photograph, the original photograph, and so I look at this and think, well, I wonder if I can add a better sky to this photograph. So I went through my archives and I found a sky that I liked. Now, I will admit this sky is from New Mexico, which sounds odd in a sense, but hey, it's still sky. And New Mexico and the western area has beautiful clouds. And as Edward Weston once said of Ohio, I can't believe that the clouds are so out of focus. So I'm going to go ahead and use this sky. So This is a photograph of another shot that I took. We're going to drag it over here. We're going to just kind of put it in place. Now we have multiple layers, so I'm going to change the layer. Come over here. There we go. Now, Photoshop lets you do something really kind of strange here. It lets you change, and this is called blend it. If you look at this down here where it says blend it, there are 4 different things that I can change. Well, one of the settings is blue, and what it means is that I can replace or take out all the blue. This is just weird. Now if I take the option button, I can split this one up, and I can kind of, now I have taken out most of that blue, and you just kind of fiddle with this till you get it where you want it. Okay. Now, one thing that happens is you get kind of funny edges, and you know it has also replaced the blue down here. So now what do I have to do? I have to actually come in here and erase some of this. There's a couple different ways to do this. This is how I do it. I erase, so I still have these layers in succession, and actually I need to copy this layer so that I can put a good layer in between these two. So we go here, use my tablet, and I'm going to erase some of what's going on here. See if I'm doing this correctly. So what I'm erasing is I'm erasing the sky layer. I'm erasing everything that's going on in that sky. So if you want to look at what I'm doing, I'm just going to erase all of this down here. So it's not part of the layer. And this is the good thing about Photoshop. It allows you to kind of really work independently on every layer. Now, what's going on? We're getting stuff going on up here. So I have my my erase tool feathered pretty much. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to feather this edge out just a little bit. Okay. Now I'm also going to make this smaller. And all I'm trying to do is make sure that the blend is off of everything. Now, okay. Now I'm going to go back to my history because I don't like what I just did. And just keep sort of erasing. And I'm again, you can fool your eye to a degree. Okay, so I like that. Okay, so now I am going to flatten these 3 layers. And look what we've done already. Added some color, added some clouds. Okay. So now let's just, and we're almost done. So I'm going to, one thing that always bugs me is when I have little signs like this. So let's just get rid of this. And all I'm using is the patch tool and perhaps a little bit of this. Okay. And you know, I'm picky, so I'm going to take that little black area out. Okay, that'll work. Okay. Let's go back down, because that sign, and I might even have come in and fix a couple leaves or something, who knows. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Topaz Lab Clarity, and we're going to just pop the color up a little bit more overall. And I'm in the landscape setting. It's thinking, okay, so why don't we try sunset? Maybe, no, just do sunset. Okay. Now I am going to, just because I can, and I'm going to try and do this, because that's pretty good. Now I'm going to use another Nik filter, and Nik has another filter in their little presets. Here it is. And they call it Indian Summer. So let's pick one of these. Let's pick that one. And what does Indian Summer do? Indian Summer goes in to any of the green areas, kind of the leaf areas, and it just adds a little more punch. Now, it also does that to the grass and all that kind of stuff. So again, we have to come back in here, now that we've done that, and erase all the areas that we don't want that to show up. And then I might even make that not quite, it's not really showing up here, but I'm gonna, and I don't know whether it's going to show up in the wood here, but I'm going to just make sure it doesn't. Again, I do this all the time when I'm working on multiple layers. When I change, and now if you look at this, you know, that's really all I've got. Now I am going to change the opacity on that down to maybe 50% or 60%, just so it doesn't overdo that. Okay, let's just copy that again. and say merge visible. So it just adds a tiny, I'm just adding a tiny bit of color. Now, just as kind of a final element here, and this is pretty good, I'm going to just come in to my camera raw. I'm going to vignette the corners a tiny bit, come in and see if it needs any other minor adjustments. There we go. And that's how we go from the original photograph to something a lot more colorful, a lot more interesting. And as they say, you would never, the whole trick to this is, from my perspective, is that you look at a photograph and you don't necessarily think it has been manipulated or changed, or and I look at it and think I have made it better. So those are my steps on how I use Photoshop to try and create photographs and make those photographs better. And you can see me on the web, Dan Cleary, Cleary Creative Photography, Cleary Fine Art Photo, or Cleary Photo Workshops. Thank you, and you have a great day.